Go high level AI. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes. Let's get right into it. My name's Lamar Molina. I'm a telephone engineer, Go High Level user within my business. I'm going to show you how the AI works in high level. Now we do high level AI stuff, and I don't mean the software, I mean we do high tier stuff, custom integrations, all kind of things like that, right? So not the basic things that you might see in a basic Go High Level account. So when it comes to AI and really how to use them, I've been with High Level for about 5 years now, and I've seen all the changes. This is really good stuff, folks. Let's get right into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our High Level account. Bam, this is one of them, okay? So right now I'm on this lead, Mr. Carl West, YouTube. This is not real information. This is all fake dummy data, YouTube, okay? This is not a real person. This is not a real address. That being said, now that we're on screen, we can see we have a lead here, right? Cool. Next thing we're gonna do some AI stuff. Same leads here, but this window we're gonna change to the AI window, so let's do that. So come down here to AI agents, click it. Wow. And as soon as you click that, you'll land on this little area. You don't gotta read this, just some good information. And then you're gonna go ahead and go to Agent Studio. Wow. Now that we're in the Agent Studio, this is where the fun begins. Now let me show you something so you can really appreciate what they've done here. Before we even look at the managed agents, which used to be super agents, by the way, this used to be the super agents, not anymore. Let's go to flow-based agents. Now, you probably don't have this button in your CRM. It's only for people that had them, right? And you've had to have been here and using these for them to let them keep you, for high level, to let you keep these in your account. So as you can see, I still have a flow button because I have flow agents and they'll let me keep these forever and I'll be able to continue to use the flow. But most of you won't have this button. But the reason why I'm showing you this is so you can see how much physical work went into building one of these things, right? We'll make it quick. So I can't make new flow agents, but I can edit an existing flow agent, right? So I can edit that. And this is what it looks like, right? You'll be able to appreciate this in just one moment. But right now, everything's physical. And right when High Level rolled this out, like they're a little bit behind on AI, right? People were already controlling their CRMs with their voice. People were already making integrations, a lot of voice control stuff to control things, not just to build their agents, but they would use their voice to build it instead of sitting here and manually doing all this. And I already did a video, I'll put the link somewhere around here, where I built a voice agent that builds other Go High Level voice agents, so that way we didn't have to manually do it. It sucked to manually do it. So we just wanted to do it with our voice. But okay, let's get back to this. As you can see, in this interface, you have to do stuff. Who wants to do stuff? Who wants to sit here, grab this start node, then grab this AI agent, then grab this little thing here, which Go High Level never really made work well. Connect it. You see, I'm using the mouse to connect it. Now it's connected, right? And then when I click this opens. Now you have to manually do this. Then you can select your model, which they don't have many of, but they have some. You can tell you want conversational, task-based, and then you have to go ahead and configure all of this stuff, right? If you have a custom tool or something like that, you have to go in here and configure it. Now here's a pre-made custom tool that I did a long time ago. And as you see, here are the tools at the bottom. I can search leads, search a foreclosure index, list pipelines, list custom fields, blah, 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 blah. Matter of fact, those are two tools I didn't add to it, so I'm just gonna add these tools now and just save it. Right, and save that. Now, this is how we had to do things before. Now, this is a very simple configuration on this interface. If you look at the rest of the nodes that you would use to build an agent here, I mean, look at this, AI, agent, sequential agent, start trigger, end node, search knowledge base, like all this stuff is here, right? You'd have to understand these, and it's not hard, but it's not logical with the way AI is going and in the advances that it's making. When they were building this, they were interviewing anybody who was heavy users. I was one of them, and I gave them insight on, hey, this isn't gonna work. It's bad logic. You don't wanna put this together like this. At this point in time, there's 50 other easier to use AI interfaces that were more capable than this, right? So I think it was Karen, I told him, he's the head of this product. It's like, hey man, you shouldn't do it this way, you should do it this way, blah, 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 blah. Gave him some feedback, and that was it. And as you can see, they're finally starting to wake up. I told them initially, I said, hey, you guys should just make this like ChatGPT or something else, or Open Web UI, so that way you don't have to go through this crap. and they're slowly coming around to just copying what works. Back in the day, I was big on N8N, but N8N has died, right? OpenClaw came out. I never touched that because it was just a bad idea. But now we have all the cool stuff like Hermes and everything else, which blows this out of the water, right? So that being said, let's get back in here. And I'll test this real quick so you can kind of see. So I have a node here. Let's try to test it, see if it works. I haven't used this in a long time. Test your agent. You click the test button, it says, hey. Now, if everything's connected somewhat, you'll get a response. Boom, we got a response. And it's telling us what it can do, okay? And we just have to come here, check the execution time and all this crap, look at the steps, right? You can see all that, okay? And my question would be, what can you help with? There you go. And we're gonna get off of this in a second, folks. I just want you to see this so you can appreciate how much they've done and how far they've come with the managed agents. So it's telling you can search the CRM leads by tag, by pipeline, blah, 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 blah. All right. Now again, to make this work, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. I had to come into here. We can close out this test. Well, I had to come into here, program this, program that, program this, add an MCP server, program that, write a prompt. Then I go to the server has its own prompt here, right? So the server's got a prompt. But then you go to the agent's got a prompt here. Like, guys, this was a lot of work. And then you gotta publish it. Okay? So we're gonna cancel that now. We're done here. You gotta publish it before you can deploy it. So you click publish. So now it's been updated and the Ask AI can access it now. And then you can look at the deploy options. And then you can come in here and configure it. I'm not gonna click that because I think it'll show my API key and stuff and I don't feel like editing it. Hold on, I know what we can do. Okay, so when you click that, it's gonna ask you, use an existing token or create a new one. We'll stick with the existing token. Okay, this is so sweet. So what happens is you'll create your token, give it a name, give the token a description, then you'll give it a key. And then you add your scopes here of what the token can do, right? And then once all that checks out, they'll unlock this if everything works. And you can see all the different versions that you saved. So it does have version control, which is awesome. But I just wanted to show you guys all that. Okay, we're gonna cancel that out. I'm gonna cancel that out. And now we can go to the fun stuff, right? So we're gonna get out of here. As you see, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work just to build an agent, right? But now we have managed agents. And this is fun, folks. And for this example, I'm gonna show you the power of a managed agent. So let me share something with you about this account so you can really understand the power of the managed agent. There's no Twilio connected here. There's no LC phone system connected here at all. But I can still make phone calls and I can still send text messages. Let's look at that, and I'm gonna prove it to you just so there's no questions. I'm gonna go to settings. Right? And once I'm in settings, we're just gonna go to, where is it? The phone stuff over here. That's up top. Phone system. Now, once this phone system loads, normally you guys will see all of the stuff that comes with your Twilio or your LC account. Now, this was just here because these are the numbers that I used to have. I don't have Twilio or LC connected in any way, shape, or form. Right? And you'll know that when I go to click this add a number, you'll see add a number. Okay, let's try that. It ain't gonna work because I'm not connected in any way, shape, or form to their services, right? And if I go to voice, it's important, guys. I'll try to speed it up. But if I go to voice, all these settings, none of this pertains to me. Call scripts, all of this stuff, none of this pertains to me because I don't use this stuff. Okay? And if I go to additional settings, this is the real proof. We're gonna see who my provider is. Look, no Twilio, no LC. We're using phoneless V2. That's our provider. Yeah, that's right. That's us. We use our own phone lines, our own text messaging server. We don't need any of that crap. And neither do you, by the way. But again, back to the power of managed agents. So now you know there's no phone connected to here, no high-level phone like LC or Twilio, and no text message for LC or Twilio. But I still have all those capabilities thanks to managed agents. So let me show you. So right now, we're in the system. And what I'm going to do is, matter of fact, let's build an agent. We're gonna create a new agent. I'm just gonna show you how easy this is. And I could tell it, let's see, make a SMS agent that uses APIs and webhooks. That's it. Like, I didn't even have to write that, but I just wrote this one line, which is not great. And you'll notice it says thinking, and it's going to create the entire agent like that. No clicking this, no clicking that. All that other stuff that I showed you in that other window with the Agent Studio, you don't have to do any of that. It's already created for you. And it gets even better. Once this is done, I'm going to show you how to really leverage this. Like how to really say, oh, I want to add this tool, or oh, I want to add that tool. And then make this work. Because most people still don't even know how to do that. So it says, hey, I built an SMS API agent to draft, personalize, blah, 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 blah. That's it. That's it. It's already done. I don't have to do anything else. And for me to confirm that, I can just go here and test the agent. And if I get any response, that means it's connected. I just said hi. If I get a response, it's connected. It says hi there. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. So that means it works. So let's close this out. So now, to make the agent more powerful, well, what can we do? How can we make this more powerful? Well, just give him some tools. And he already came with a couple of tools. The first thing, if we wanted to, we can add a trigger for this guy. Not that we need it, but you have all of these beautiful triggers. Scheduled means you can just set it to do something at a time. It doesn't require a person, just set the time and it will do it instantly, automatically. An example of how we use this in-house is we use it to pull in a daily brief on all the latest AI topics and everything we want to discuss on our YouTube channel. It'll write a brief and then we know what to talk about for the day. That's one example. Or you can have it pull everything from your CRM, give you a summary of all the new contacts and new calls in your to-do items. Automatically, every morning, you can have it do that. That's the point of a schedule. You can have it trigger on a Facebook lead form or a form that was submitted on any website. Appointment book, like look at all these triggers, guys, right? So that's awesome. You can do that already out of the box. So that's one way to add, some triggers for your agent. Now for tools, if we come here, it already has all of these functions from GoHighLevel built in from scratch. 458 skills. Look at all of these. These are the categories, but inside these categories are skills. And I use conversations as a fun one to help people learn. So if I go to conversations and I extend this nested field, you can see I have the ability to add an inbound message, I have the ability to add an external outbound call, cancel a scheduled email message, etc., etc. Get recordings by ID, get transcripts by ID. I think you get it. There's a lot of things it can do from scratch the moment you connect it. You don't have to do anything else. And if I wanted to do something really, really, really crazy that high level cannot do, like things that high level can't do yet, if I wanted to do them, I could do them in already here. You want to add your Zoom meetings automatically? Just use this one. You want to make some really cool videos? Just use this one, Higgsfield. If you want to use scrapers and other things, you have this one. And if I wanted to add this to my agent, I'll just click the Amplify MCP. I'll tell it my account. It'll look up tools that I already have on that account. If you recall, these are the same set of tools that you saw on the other actor because we have our own servers. So it's easy for us to just connect them and go. And you can even do a custom server. You don't have to use any of these. You can build your own right here. So if I save this, now this guy has 10 more tools. He has 468 tools. My God. And if I click this tool, I can clearly see what these tools are. I can search for actors, blah, 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 blah. Bunch of dumb stuff, nothing crazy, but I just wanted you to see. Okay, so now that you've seen that, we already know it can do a web search because it has a capability right here. Want it to be able to generate an image? Cool, now it can do that. And if you wanted to make a custom API call, like for our text messages, it can do that. You just add the API call right here. Click this. And then you put your URL, your headers, your parameters, JSON body, whatever you need. You authenticate it here. You're all done. Now, this is some nerdy technical stuff, not for most of you folks, but I just wanted you to see. Like the agent can do all this already, right? It can already do all this. So then all you have to do is once you do all this, you just publish it. once it's published, the agent's good to go. You don't have to do anything else. No configuring, none of this other stuff. You don't have to do any of that. All of these things are additional things you can add. But out of the box, it has 458 tools. I clicked the button, added another 10. It already had web search. I clicked this, added image generation, and you can turn them off if you want to. So now that we've did this, what's the point of having a managed agent? And why are they called managed? Well, I'm gonna be the only person to break it down because I'm the only one that knows. These other agencies don't use this stuff. They're just selling you high level. Like they rarely touch all of the skills in the platform, and you don't need to. You just need to use the ones that help you generate business and close your business. You don't need to do everything. So let's keep this going strong, right? So now we're back in our managed agents, and you can see we have this other managed agent here. Managed agents. These used to be super agents. So why do you have all these agents? Well, here's the point of managed agents. Let's go to Ask AI. Boom. As you can see, when I'm in Ask AI, I'll go full screen. Why not? So now I'm in Ask AI. In Ask AI, manages all of your agents. Not just one, it manages them all. So all of these agents Ask AI has access to, and even the other agents on the old screen that I showed you in the Agent Studio has access to those as well. Right? So these are your workers. This is the orchestrator. Ask AI is the orchestrator, in case you didn't know. So now let's go into a full screen. And just to show you, I'll say, how many agents do you have access to? Okay, so it's going to tell you. But right now it's thinking, right? And it's going through the deep back-end process of high level to look up everything. So if I go here, look, it's telling me you got 15 agents. And if you want to know how he figured that out, you just click this button. The user's asking how many agents do I have? And it's going to read CRM Agent Studio, read Agent Studio, get agents. So that's the endpoint. That's the API endpoint to read get agents. Fetch public Agent Studio, public API. So it's fetching all that. There's 15 agents, blah, blah, blah. And then look, it remembers me. It says, let me present this in a nice table format since Charles preferred detailed tables. It's remembering me. Oh, memory is great. And I'll go into memory later. So now let's close this out. And it took 30 seconds to think this through, right? So we're gonna close this out. Here is the feedback. Here's everything, here's its response. Look, our buddy SMS API agent is there. And it knows I like tables because I told it in the memory. And look, here's an explanation of everything. Data was created, data was last updated. The description of the agent, what it does, and the name. How do you think Ask AI picks the damn agent? It knows all of this, right? And so just to show you everything works, now remember, I have no phone connected at all to this CRM. I have my phones, but not Twilio or LC. So let's check something real quick. Let's make sure the text messages work. And let's make sure the email works, right? Because that's kind of the whole point. So let's do that. And just to make sure everything's on the up and up, and you guys can see everything, I opened up Google Voice to our line here. So this is our Google Voice line. Very simple. You'll be able to see the text messages come here in the call because I want you guys to see it in real time. So it's that simple. So let's get right to it. Now remember, I have no phone connected here. I showed you my settings. There's no phone line connected here. There's no text messaging connected here. And we created this gentleman here. We have all of our own agents, and through GoHighLevel super agents or managed agents now, you can get rid of LC, you can get rid of Twilio. You no longer need them. You didn't need them before, but this makes it so much easier. And I'm gonna show you that right now, so let's get right to it. So now that you see this and you get the basics, let's go to Ask AI. Gotta close this out and get back to Ask AI. And then we're gonna go back to Ask AI. Oh, we're already in it, okay, cool. And then we're gonna say, because it already found the agents, right? So we're gonna tell it, send Carl a test SMS saying the demo SMS worked. Good luck. Okay. Now, I want to just give him Carl's phone number because I have over 400,000 leads in my system, and he will sit there and search for every damn Carl, right? So to avoid that, I'm just gonna give him the phone number. Is his phone. And if I didn't do that, it would have found it, but it would have just took a while, and he would have brought back every Carl, and he would have named every Carl, and then he would tell me pick one of the 80 Carls that are in this list. Now, the reason why I didn't do that, and so you could learn, is that's gonna cost you tokens. Ask AI is not free. Super agents are not free. None of this is free. Every time it thinks, every one of these damn tokens, it's costing you. And right now, it's free. But it's ending September 1st. And I'm trying to prepare you guys for, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, right? It's very, very expensive to use HighLevel's AI. So I'm just telling you. All right, so it's asking me, let me look up Carl's contact first, then send the SMS. Found Carl West. Here's the SMS I'd like to send. Please confirm. It's protecting you from doing something dumb. Saying, yeah, just confirm it. So I'm gonna say, looks good. Send. Looks good, send, right? So here's my cell phone. Not that we need it, because you'll be able to see it on the screen here, right? Cell phone's here. It's thinking about the process, right? It already knows what it needs to do. It's generating whatever it needs to generate. And boom, we got the green check mark, SMS sent to Carl West, right? So let's go here. It's already there. It's already there. The demo SMS worked. It's right there. Okay. So now that that worked, I just proved to you that this agent sent a text message to my lead, and everything updates accordingly in HighLevel, right? So if I go here inside of the contact in HighLevel, you can clearly see it's here, timestamp. Here's the kicker. If I look at this and I go to details, what do you see here? It's sent from where? Phoneless V2, not Twilio, not LC Phone. Okay? And to make it much better, I mean, look at this. Look at how our notes are formatted because we use our own AI and our own agents. Look at the format on these notes. These are beautiful. The person who is working this lead does not have to guess where to look when it comes to the info here. Like, look at this. The entire transcript, everything is here. That's another story. All right. So now that we've done that, I'm going to show you one last thing. Remember, there's no phone connected. Well, we're going to call Carl. Yes, managed agents can make phone calls if you let them. So here's the phone that we're going to be calling. Here's the agent to make the call. Try again. It worked. Call Carl. All right. So I told it try again. It's calling Carl, right? And it's generating the thought. And it's going to say, oh, yes, no, maybe so, or great, depending on how it goes. And it's going to work. I'm not worried about that. But I want you guys to see. And the cool part is you can see its reasoning in real time. I got the phone call. You hear the phone call right now. See? I'll answer it here. And as you can see, clearly, calling Carl now. It's ringing. So it gets live status of what's going on. And we're on the live call right here, right? And this is our test line, the spam number here. But we make thousands of test calls per day. So we don't try to keep that one fresh. So, okay, yeah, that's the power of that's the power of managed agents, AKA the old super agents inside of GoHighLevel. And in case you forgot, the recap was this. We have no phones in here. We have no phones in the system, no LC or Twilio. We have no text messaging service in the system except for our own. We gave the agent here, we gave this custom SMS API agent a simple prompt. Now we can send text messages and make phone calls without LC and without Twilio. And not to mention, these calls are flat fee. So I pay a small amount of money to make as many calls as I want, and I can send unlimited text messages for a flat fee. That's awesome. And I don't got paid Twilio or LC Phone. Managed agents for the W. Go ahead, HighLevel. You guys are awesome. God, if it's not too much trouble, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you want a free account to be able to do these things, send text messages and emails and all that fun stuff, you can literally go here. It's free. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you anything. Go sign up. It's absolutely free. Click get started. And you'll get an account here, and they'll walk you through everything. Pretty cool. So, all right, folks. Appreciate you signing in, hanging out. Lamar Molina signing off.